But in any case, this has to be painted with white paint today, okay? And let's talk about this wall cap, okay? Here's a wall cap with the apron under it, boom, boom. I've not painted that yet. I've cleaned it, I've wiped it down, I sanded it, wiped it down, and it's all ready to be painted. And see, the wall has not been cut in yet. I don't cut it in yet until that gets painted. And see where it is? Right here where the stairwell is. So are you thinking what I'm thinking? Okay, I've got today, and I'm staying here until all this stuff gets done. And so am I painting that today, this morning? Yes, of course I am. Because I don't want to paint that. I don't want to paint this over the carpet. Once they get this carpet down, I don't want to have to get on the carpet and be real careful not to spill anything. Make sure I don't spill the white paint on the wall. Know that I can't cut the wall in yet until I paint that. So if I paint that after the carpet, then I've got to cut this little section in, right in here, over the carpet, over the stairs that have carpet on it, right? So I don't want to do that, do I? And so I'm going to end up painting this today too. Yeah. And the first thing this morning, so see, I'm going to do that one there, this one, and this one. And after you put semi-gloss paint on, it's 60 degrees out. I've got the temperature in here set on 64 or something, 63, whatever. Here's my thermostat. Look how I held it away from the wall to get my painting in. I just put a long screw in that plastic anchor there. It's a little wobbly. And I just kind of did that so that I could paint around it, because I think we're going to be replacing this thermostat. See there, look at that, 66. I think I'm going to replace this thermostat. Even though this thermostat works, there's a big old hole there, so I caulked that to stop the air from coming in through the wall and prevent ants and stuff coming in and out of that hole, so I did that. And the new thermostat might be a little bit smaller than this one. That's why I wanted to pull this off the wall and get it all nicely painted under here and everything, so that the new thermostat, I won't have to cut in around that new thermostat, okay? But so much for that. But like I was saying, for the semi-gloss paint, because it's over 60 degrees in here, once you put this semi-gloss paint on, it's not going to take that long to dry, to skin over. Light enough so that it's dry to the touch. It's not going to be 100% cured, but it's going to be dry enough to the touch to where then I can cut in the wall down next to it. And if I barely get some on here, I could maybe wipe it off with a damp rag, or I could leave it and then touch it up on another day after the wall paint dries, and then touch it up with the white paint. So I can always do that, okay? But I like to, so in my mind, it's really not going to take that long for these to dry. Okay, maybe after I get them done, maybe 45 minutes to an hour or so. And so see, it's going to be, if I do those three now, do you really think in a million years that I'm going to be ready to paint around those walls until I get all this baseboard done? You really think I can get all these walls cut into the baseboard in an hour? Heck no. I'm going to be here all day painting all of these walls. And cutting in, however long it takes, I'm here. So I just have to be real careful and mindful that, okay, I just can't, plain and simple, I just can't come in here. I could cut in around this, but I don't even want to get around this. I don't even want to have to be close to. I'll cut in and stop over here. I'll do the top of this and wait and know that that's wet. And now you drip paint on it, or you put your hip up against it. You put your hand on it, you think, oh crap, I forgot it was wet. I'm just going to stay away from this whole entire thing for a few hours and be mindful, knowing that, hey, I got plenty of areas to paint, don't I? Got all that to cut in. I've got all this at the bottom of the baseboard to cut in down here. Boom, 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 boom. And I got to cut in this this down to the top of this. I painted this the other day, the nice trim down there. Now I can cut that in, boom, all the way down, all the way down. I can do all that. All this stuff here still needs to be cut in. This is all ready, but everything else still has to be cut in. That's another thing I have to do too. Pull this up today and slide these two back into this hole. I got this all cut in. This was a different color or type of paint. This is the same color as this, but I opted for semi-gloss walls in here because it's for the washer and dryer. Out here is eggshell finish. Okay, so I've already cut this in, ready for the washer and dryer. Worst case scenario, hey, if I don't get time to put the washer and dryer in, no sweat. I can do that first thing in the morning while they're installing the tack strip, while they're cutting the tack strip, nailing it down, cutting the carpet pad, putting that down. That gives me plenty of time to monkey around, getting these back in here. Worst case scenario, I'll just slide these over so I have enough room to cut in this baseboard and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I got lots of cut in. I'm going to be the cut in meister after today, when today is over. And let me show you the cut-in brushes I'm going to use. And I think, I already know which one I'm going to use, but there's two different ones. Look at this little one. See this? This is the one I'm going to use, right here. And I actually use this one. Let me show you the other one I have. Here, this is the one I usually cut in. I've cut in all my ceilings with that. Okay, because it's got the long handle too. Sometimes, like that high stuff up there, I had to get up on the ladder and tippy toe and hold this out about like that to get to it. If this was a small paintbrush, I couldn't have gotten the tips. And then down here, I was kneeling on top of this, on top of some shelving, so I didn't break through the sheetrock. And reaching up there as high as I could, tweaking my back, holding this about like that, so I could cut that in way up there. I think I did a halfway decent job up there. And so this one comes in really handy. I don't think I'm going to use that today. I think I'm going to use this one. I think I got maybe a little bit more control with this one to get into the inside corners, but I've done it with this one before. It's getting a little old, it's getting a little tired. It's a little bit fatter total than this one when this one's wet. Okay, and so I think I'm going to use this one. I'm just going to take my time and go for it. And that's what I used. That's what I used for this to cut in and stuff. And on the wide stuff, you know, it's kind of wide there. So when you put it on, if you flatten it out, like here, let me try to do this. Here, I'll do it over here. Okay. If you're painting like this, you don't have to paint. Get it on there and then flatten it out. See how it wings out at the top? I could do pretty much the whole jam that way, couldn't I? This whole edge from here to here. And then after I get the paint on, then I can flatten it out both ways, see? And then I go at the end, I go this way. You know, from the top down and get it. Just do it ever so lightly, and then everything kind of lines up. This thing actually works pretty good. When I did it on the side, I put it in the middle, flatten it out. It won't flatten out the whole thing, but this takes a lot of paint. So I'll paint it on there, and then I can hit it on the same angle this way, same angle over here, and then I do a once over on the whole thing like that. And then this contours right into the grooves in the nooks and crannies. And then overall, I'll go down. I'll show you how to paint a door frame, you know, downstairs when I get down there. Okay, but that's what I'm going to use for that. And I'm not quite sure on the face of these on the window stools. I'm toying with the idea. See, I could probably, I'll just paint it with my 2.5 inch. But see, you know, there's lots lots here that I'm gonna have to blend in. And if you're really good at semi-gloss, you can do it. But if you're not that good, you could still get it on as best you can this way. And if you see lines, then you could take a mini roller at the end. After you get all the paint on, and you've already got it nicely cut in. You got to cut in nicely all the way around everything, and you've got paint up here, and you don't have it on the same evenness. And it's looking a little streaky. What could you do for the face? Well, you could take a mini roller with a little 4-inch mini roller or a 6-inch. Look where I stacked all my stuff because I had to get it. Remember I had it all. I had it all stacked out here in the middle of the room. I just brought it all in here, strategically stacked it. Here's all my empty buckets over there. Here's paint that I've been using. Here's my main paint right there. And I even filled this up with all kinds of stuff. See? Well, I got my 4-inch little paint roller here, and I've got some nice 4-inch rollers, and I could even do it with a 6-inch if I wanted. I got a nice 6-inch in there too, and then see a 6-inch mini roller, and I could just take my paint, put it in the little paint tray with the mini roller, boom, 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 and over the face of it, do the face at the very last. You know what I mean? And get it as close to the edge without hitting or anything. And at least the main body of this will be nice. It'll bring up its own little textured type of look, because I don't care what kind of roller cover you use, it's going to be different than your paintbrush strokes. Okay? And I might end up doing that for the top of that because I was thinking about this. I think that's what I want to do to this top surface here, just to get it looking nice here. And see, there's another one down. There's another one down at the bottom of the stairs, and I'm thinking about doing that today too, but maybe later on during the day after they get done downstairs, so I'm not in their way and stuff.